That is in the Rhea Festo if you want to go look. Rhea is literally just in my DMs being like, I'll be whatever you want me to be. I will bend over backwards. I will arch my back for you. I'll pop that fucking pussy. Oh yeah. It's real crazy watching Don get called out and then beg people for like respect. It happened in the server he went into. Don is like it's so funny. They lie so hard, which then leads people into just looking up the clear evidence that I've put out. So probably to Rhea's chagrin, more and more people, because of the Thunderdome's action, end up seeing her offering to suck my dick. And they publicly have been posting that all around like little niche servers, which I have screenshots of here. On top of that, these people are mocking Don for being like a fat, pathetic loser. and I don't know if I added it in the chat, but Don's response is like, no, you have to take an L. You take the fat L. And it's like that in my Discord as well. He's like, you're what I like to call the big mad. You're mad. And it's Cigrat's like that too. Cigrat's like, you don't know who you fucked with. You're gonna regret messing with us. And it's like, brother, I told you guys to fuck off like 6 weeks ago. 6 weeks later, you're here to dox me, threaten me as if you're like a scary person, get it all wrong. 6 weeks later, and I'm like, this is probably why Rhea's back, so they can be like, look, I went and got him for you. And it's like, you're a pathetic loser, bro. And here's the results of like that happening. Now, this screenshot that I'm like leaking here is this stencil waffling guy making fun of Don, being like, wait, look, here's some very clear evidence of Rhea wanting to suck Lettuce's cock, wanting to suck him off. And you know why he's posting all this? Because Don went in there and was like, no, guys, no, she doesn't even like him. She didn't want to suck his dick. She didn't offer to be whatever he wanted, to be a completely subservient woman to him. What do you guys think? When I lock in, I think at first, you know, for like most of me talking, I ignore the fact that they are watching. And then for the last 10 or 15 minutes, I'm like, all right, like what would I want to say to the Dome? And then I just go on a tear, right? I just start showing evidence, and then they leave. I make sure that I like attack their little fragile egos, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then they pathetically run away. They don't, I invite them to come in. They don't do it. But yeah, it just seems like Rick just totally like portrays himself as something that he's not in order to get Spinboy's attention, and Spinboy, you know, desperately wants a friend, so he spent thousands of dollars on Rick, is the rumor going on right there. It's pretty weird. That's fucking crazy. When nothing is real, I don't really see what the... It's like super pathetic. It's like, you know, like when you watch like a little kid like playing make-believe, it's like they're copying like their parents' like marriage, like breaking up, and they're like, let's play house. Oh, you're a fucking loser. You don't pay the bills. These people are like that. They like Rhea's like that too. Like she just lies about everything to make herself a huge victim while being like publicly like, I'm Sabrina Carpenter. I have my tits out, and all the boys in the Dome are like.
Here comes Crisp Lettuce, a man of class, lore master, secrets deep like a time lock past. Debate king, don't even try to spar. He'll leave your brain fried like a burnout star that enters ridiculous rage, a menace unseen. Words like knives got you clutching your spleen. A true VC beast, no remorse, no retreat. If you step to the mic, better pack some heat. And Don Vader, the arbiter, judge of them all, hammer in hand, ready to drop the call. Bands come heavy, trials run wild. If you ain't got the metal, you best stay mild. In the shadows, Cigrat creeps, advisor true, but he's in your walls deep. Listening, lurking, he knows your game. One false move, it'll end your night. Welcome to the fucking Thunderdome, where blood sports run rampant, no one is safe. People leaving body bags on the daily. So if you think you're the best, it's not up or shut up. Come down to the Dome and give your best. It's open, the fires are bright. Step in the ring and prepare for the fight.
I would rather you take steroids. than SSRIs. I don't want people to take steroids, but if you're in a life or death situation and your choice is steroids or SSRIs, take the freaking steroids, okay? Take the TRT. Figure it out later, because you do not want to take those if you're a man. And if you're a woman too, weight gain. Ugh.
How's it going?
Anyway, his whole career has been shilling out these drugs.
I'm watching
people energetically, psychically, and physically.
Wait, am I screen sharing the game or the video? Hold on. The video. I wish I could do both. Yeah, to be honest, same. Steroids are not something I think are really a problem done responsibly. Like, there's just so many examples of people like totally fucking up something that could just be like amazing and just make your life better in pretty much most ways. Like, it's pretty cool. Normally your muscles only grow when you lift heavy things, but like you can just take a chemical and they just chemically grow. Like, you know, like, you know how like bodybuilders on steroids, they'll just do volume, they'll just do like lots of reps. Or like a cow, you just give a cow steroids and it just grows, it just chemically gets bigger, right? Or like a dude with like Eddie Hall who just has like the Hercules gene, like he just doesn't do anything and he just grows, right? I think the studies actually show. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, SSRIs have like a substantial amount of people just kill themselves as soon as they take them, right? So steroids probably fucking done. Well, like, yeah, you don't take steroids for a month and then just decide to like kill yourself, right? Literally just doesn't happen. Usually you've like you've at least got like your shit together enough to like make that decision and like afford doing it and stuff. What the fuck? What language is this? It's pretty funny. I just clicked on this video. It had a picture of Jordan Peterson's daughter with Andrew Tate, basically. And I did. Yeah, I just sat there for a few minutes just being like, oh, Jordan Peterson. Like, shit, this dude's just literally talking about how he's like, they're like looks maxes. So she's not really like hot, but like, and I guess like neither is like Jordan, but like you see the way these people like change over time. Like Jordan Peterson's daughter's had like eyelid surgery and like all kinds of stuff. There she is there. She's had like eyebrow. Hey, yeah, Tate does look like a naked mole rat. Yeah, Jordan, yeah. So she's like a... Well, yeah, but like anyone who gets like Korean surgery and like bleaches their hair out and this and that can end up looking like this. So it's not like a natural beauty. It, you know, and I'm like definitely the kind of person to like date ugly women and think that that's like totally fine. So like, I think he's pretty tall. I think he's like 6 foot. Yeah. Nah, he is like a big athletic monster. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like Jordan Peterson becomes a doctor. He writes 3 best-selling books. He studies like he's a doctor of psychiatry. Yeah, he's the same thing. Plus, he's like a university professor as well. So you know, he's probably like pushing like 130 IQ, stuff like that. You know, became like famous on the international stage, going on all the world's greatest podcasts, becomes a multi-millionaire due to his like unique knowledge and ability to public speak, while becoming like a refuge for like a lot of young men to change their lives. And goes on massive world tours, all of that, and his daughter is still just a complete fucking whore, completely undermining everything. And she's well, like she's just aggressively like her being like blonde and all of that. She's just aggressively chasing like the most toxic lifestyle archetypes. Like she has been shown to do like psychic damage to like her family, to like be controlling and launch her own career and steal the platform. She made like millions of dollars off of Jordan Peterson by getting him to promote only eating meat on a carnivore diet, which he repackaged as the lion diet. She's now married to some Aryan-looking twink. And I mean, yeah, she was hanging out with Andrew Tate in his heyday of being like a sex trafficking like rapist. So it's like she's just fully on board with like someone who is Andrew Tate is like a masterclass of like psychic damage on people. Like he just fucks with people. I mean, and physical. He beats the shit out of people. Yeah. He's like an admitted rapist. As well. Like he will laugh about it, and he'll like talk about how to like get away with it, and he will talk about like moving to different countries to like do this and that. He'll lie about it like 80% of the time, but like there's like heaps of like sloppy like leaked messages and witness testimonies and pretty high. Yeah, pretty fucking high. They at least like dated. It's also like very likely that. Yeah. I think she just like tweeted about it, and here's a picture of the two of them while they're dating, hanging out.
Yeah.
That was the whole joke I literally just made. I listed all of those amazing things that Jordan Peterson has done, and then I was like, and your daughter's just still a whore dating a human sex trafficker. Yeah. Probably got a tiny dick. Probably got a 2-incher. Dude, I listened to like a 2-hour podcast yesterday. Or not 2 hours. I was listening to Come Town. And they were just sitting there talking about a Reddit called Small Dick Problems. It was pretty awesome. I mean, it is weird to look at him and be like, man, he's got so much going for him. God, Andrew Tate's really killing it. But, yeah, I mean, I guess just, like, not having any moral fiber. I don't know if he's going to get away with it. I think he might be kind of fucked.
Away with this. I mean, Lauren Southern dropped her case and nothing happened.
Did he rape
No,
Lauren
not wrong.
Southern? Lauren Southern reminds me a lot.
There's
of Jordan
great,
Peterson.
there's concrete, great evidence that she was raped by him.
Right.
You know, if someone told me they're
That's
a rapist
crazy.
and I was a woman, I wouldn't go near that guy.
Well, then that's
I
probably
would
why
avoid
no
that.
woman hang out with me.
Didn't she go to his what's that place? I don't even know. He calls it like something. The war room. Didn't she go to his place? I mean, he's a rapist.
photo
so I
there.
would
Chris,
never-
I'm telling you, Chris, you should start your own rap pill griff.
Imagine someone tells you you're a rapist and you're like, I'm gonna go to their house, find out. Like, what are you doing?
You
I
know,
would never
Chris,
go
you have
near this
all the
person.
reason to start your own rap pill arc. You know
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah, I know. People always tell me, they're like, oh, like you're like well spoken and blah blah blah. Like, I'm sure you'll be fine. And I'm just like, I don't know. I don't really see it. But also, like, I just instinctively reject like everything that this man is doing and is. So like,
You should.
if me and
should
him were
look
just in the
smash.
same room together, if me and him were in the same room together, I would just be noticeably. It'd be a little bit like someone being like, "Oh, yuck!" Like something had happened, you know, and I'd be like, "Ugh," but it'd be a lot more like crisp lettuce coded, where I'd be like, "You're a fucking weird freak, dude." you know, I'd be making people feel uncomfortable on purpose because they should feel uncomfortable with what they're doing.
You should join the Looksmax community. And Looksmax,
But
not the red pill
yeah,
community.
then I kind of wanted to go back and look at that Discord. The
The red pill
pill.
community is gay. Everyone in the red pill community is like ugly and retarded.
Yeah.
But the Looksmax community, everyone there is hot and retarded. That's way better.
But the red pill community, as much as it's about like manipulating women, the community has a meta of manipulating men into joining it. So like, yeah. Like, and I think a lot of those men break free from being absolute virgins, like Darius IRL or whatever. But like, there's sort of like a snowball effect for some people, and other people are just like stuck in place and will never like do anything. And other people, like I guess like Darius even, I know he's like a good example and a shitty example, but the guy is, or like maybe Donald Trump or whatever. These are people who are like kind of retarded and they're not like smart enough to be engaged in any productive or intellectual capabilities, but as such, they're just like snowballing on the and applying themselves to the world around them like constantly, which I think that's why Darius managed to Looksmax like pretty well and stuff, because like there's just like an obsession with trying to do or be something. So like they put in a lot more energy than you realize. Well, as it well, yeah and no.
If you're gonna go all out, you should fucking definitely going. You know, maximizing your looks is probably one of the few things that you should be maximizing. You know.
Yeah, it is like an okay thing.
It should not like it should come over.
Taking it out of priority is not good though. Like I don't know if I explained it a way I would like earlier, where I was like, steroids are like awesome, but like not for like there's a cultural problem with steroids, but I think they can be done in like a personally responsible way, which is like totally fine. But when you're like Larry Wheels, who like starts doing steroids when you're 16 and then never ever goes off, or when you're like constantly like becoming a there's a thing called like inflation of looks, like looks inflation, where people expect you to look better and better and better and better, and now like a mid-tier physique is like what was like a Hollywood perfect physique like 15 years ago, or like even 10 years ago, you know, like the young Wolverine or the young Spider-Man, when Spider-Man in Spider-Man 1 gets like bitten and he takes his shirt off and he's got abs and shit. He looks amazing. And it's like, I don't think I didn't really look as good as that when I was, actually no, okay, I don't have a photo of me when I was like at my best. But like my photos I do have of myself when I'm like really fit and strong, are like the exact photos that like the guys in the Thunderdome saw these photos of me, and when I walked around in real life with my shirt off, people would like stare at me, you know, and like women would approach me and like yada yada yada, because I'm not like looking like a freak, I'm just looking very fit, very strong. I am 6'3", you know, like I just look like great, and I guess you could say like amazing. Like people would be like transfixed looking at me. When I post that photo on the internet, the people in the Thunderdome and just people in general will look at it and be like, what a fucking like this is just like below average, this is terrible. When like I was literally like a model, I was like a physique model. It was my job to go sit there for an hour a day and get given like a few $100s because I had like a great physique, you know, like
sure,
like think about it, it's fucking crazy.
Well, I would never get talked down to from someone who is like doesn't post themselves. That's another thing. If someone who's not doesn't post themselves, I would never take anything to say seriously. And
No, you should get back to Rhea to own the people at the Thunderdome.
Yeah, she should reach out to me. Really, honestly, I don't know. Did you
show them who you really are?
I was gonna make another post about it because people were telling me yesterday that she said she was like being doxxed and stuff, which is just. I hate to say it, but like, because I don't have any evidence, and I'm usually like not this impartial, but I'm just immediately just going to be like, that's a lie. Like, her and her friends were doxing me last week, and apparently she deleted all her stuff and went off the internet to go hang out with her boyfriend in real life, and then it all got leaked from people who were still talking to her that she wasn't offline, that she was still here every day doing the same thing, but just like quietly. And so she didn't really have a real life boyfriend she was hanging out with. And then she came back after like not very long, I guess, and immediately just started telling people it was because
My
she was like
boyfriend is a guy named
doxxed.
Chris from New Zealand.
Yeah, hello. But yeah, she so I found out yesterday that she's been saying that she was getting doxxed, which is super funny. I think it's probably because her friends were actually doxing me, and I mean, I was publicly saying that like she leaked like all of her information to me like a while back, so she might be trying to like make it look like I doxed her or something, but like I don't know. Honestly, even if she provided evidence of her getting doxxed, I don't know if I would really believe it, because she has been like creating like fake profiles with me and stuff. But
Oh,
yeah, I don't know. I could I haven't
Who's
thought of any
doxing
way to
her?
like make this like hilarious.
why would anyone dox her?
I
I don't know who she is
That
still.
is the real question, right? Like, why would anyone dox her? Who cares? That did make me laugh. Like, I'm way more interesting than her. I'm way more people would actually be motivated to dox
Why would
me,
anyone
whereas-
dox you? I don't get into this.
Also, to be honest, I don't know. Don Vader and the Thunderdome mod team and stuff were
Maybe they just
Doxing
want
me.
Chris Senpai's attention.
yeah,
You know, if
yeah,
I
it
would
kind
dox
of was that
someone
they
if
just
like
wanted
shot
my
my
attention.
dog or like beat up my grandma, I'd dox them, I guess. If they like killed someone when I knew, that'd be fucked up. I'd have to dox them. But anything short of that, I don't think I would have the time or energy. I'd be
Yeah.
doing it, and then I would get demotivated almost immediately and not do it.
That's basically what happened. They were saying like so Don just like lost all integrity for everything to like aggressively come after me, and the other guy was like,
saying,
you know,
where's
in
the
my
time?
chat and coming into my Discord and being like, you don't know who you're messing with, and he was
Wait,
like,
Chris,
desperately
are you
fixing-
aware that Dom is like a mini celebrity at Jstlks server?
I mean, it depends. What do you mean?
All this time doxing, if you spent it like looks maxing, the return would be astronomical.
Yeah. I think the people in Jstlks server think that Don Vader is like a 350 pound, like desperate freak who begs for respect, right? That's his.
Is he?
Yeah, well, he's probably fatter than that, to be honest.
He
But
should
then
look
again, like
max then.
Jstlks Discord is like obsessed with, you know, they're very bored, I guess. So like they you know, a lot of people in Jstlks Discord are just like super into. I'm not trying to shit on it, but like, yeah, I mean, like 30 or 40 people will come and read like every message in my Discord, but like not respond to anything. My Discord is actually like, my Discord gets like, people are intensely like watching it.
I guess.
for
Why
example.
did you turn on that application thing?
Because I'm the only moderator, so like, and there's like, I'm only here like 20% of the day, surprisingly.
Sure.
So I can type a slur in here, and 80% of the time you won't notice.
Well, I have an I have an auto mod. He's asking about a thing which stops people just joining the server. When you want to join, you have to like get a thing. But yeah, essentially,
You know, I
had,
should
like-
invite Rhea. I'm pretty neutral with her. I think she's one of my
Yeah,
she's
sure.
one of my friends too.
Anyway, fucking. Yeah, I don't know. The last week when I had like, you know,
That was
I had
really
like
quick.
I had like 8 or 9 people join, and I was like streaming at the time. So it's like lucky I was here to see them, because they were just saying the N-word like pretty quickly in my server. I got
Those
no
people were
mods to
weird.
like
I
deal with
remember those
that, and I
people.
essentially had to like stop streaming to like deal with them. You know, so that's why I
All
have
those people
that.
that joined were like weirdos. I
Yeah,
remember they
yeah,
just
they
wanted to talk
were
about
very
trannies.
weird people.
Who
I ended up
does
looking it up.
tranny debate in 2025? What the fuck?
Yeah, it
It's like a
seems
2018
like
topic.
they invited me back to their server, and they were all posting me and Rhea sexting a whole lot, but they were mainly doing it to make fun of Don. Because like what they were doing like brackets like of what Don was telling them, so I can actually see from what they were saying is that Don was telling them that I was like stalking her and that it's super lucky that I don't hang out with that girl, and that like she did nothing to lead him along and he follows her around. Now we all know that like Rhea sent me thousands and thousands of messages even after she was saying that I sexually harassed her, so she false me too'd me. I ended up leaking a bunch of messages where she was like, "Hey, I want to be your girlfriend." I leaked all
Maybe
these
she fell in
messages
love with you.
where she
You
was
got it.
saying that she
That
wanted
was-
to suck my dick. I did leak messages of her saying she loved me. She did tell me she loved me again, like even after we had those fights. So she was telling me she loved me again. She sent me a whole bunch of photos more recently. We didn't have e-sex, but she would like cam up and be like, you know, semi-naked, like touching herself and shit right in front of me. While I was like fucking hammered, I'm super drunk and super fucking horny. She likes to retell that story. Like he was like audibly jacking off, and I'm like, dude, you were visibly jacking off right in front of me at the same time, and like multiple times. I walked off to like go have cold showers, or you know, I would just end our calls sometimes, and she loved it. She loved it that she was just like making me horny and shit. But I mean, that's not something that ever changed. Like, obviously we used to e-fuck and used to date, so she knows that I'm not like an asexual fucking freak like Richard is. Richard isn't an asexual freak, by the way. That dude is just a general freak, just a generally perverted, manipulative, dude who is probably also mentally retarded. Sorry, I'm pretty annoyed with Richard. It's very weird. Like he aggressively plays it off like he plays it off like all the time, like he's a nice guy. But then, like, I've seen people, like, call him out on shit, and he puts on his big, deep voice, and he's like, no, like, you can't do this, and it's like, oh, you're like trying to intimidate people. And then, he kind of just immediately self-inserted into me and Rhea's drama, and then immediately went back to lie to her, saying that we were all gossiping about her rape and shit. And that was after, like, I hadn't talked to anyone about any of this, so even, like, my closest friends, like Dung Devil or Full of Hell, or, Shellboner was there, Cyclone was there. Shellboner, Cyclone, and Richard were there as just like three sort of impartial people.
Wait, was I there too?
Were you there as well? I knew there was someone else there. I'm trying to remember. This was like the first time I talked about it, but like anyone could kind of come in. So
No, just
Shellboner
kidding.
and
I was
Richard-
not there.
Were you not there? Well, you could have been there, and I probably maybe would have been okay with it. But yeah, anyway, Shellboner, Cyclone, and Richard were there as three people who were friends with me and Rhea, or they were at least talking to me and Rhea. And Dung Devil and Full of Hell were there as like people to help me through like a stressful time. And I mean, Full of Hell was friends with her actually at the time as well. Dung Devil always just said she was like a super fat, disgusting whore, but he also said to me like, you know, like I know that you're like doing really well in your life, and it's okay for you to like jump into the cold water or like whatever, like to, you know, start talking to women, and like, you know, he was like supportive, even though he didn't like her. So actually a great guy. And Richard, after many hours of like talking to us, and I was like exhausted, and so like the other people on the call kind of warned me like, hey, you know, like during that call Richard was like implying that him and Rhea were like flirting, and implying that she was like sending him lewds, and he was also like asking you to send him yours and stuff. And I was like, oh, like, yeah, I was sort of
Sounds kind of gay.
a little bit overwhelmed. Yeah, so whatever. Like people were like warning me about him, and then I got more and more warnings about him from more and more people.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that. It's funny,
And
actually.
then and then Cyclone ends up leaking screenshots of Richard just like very clearly lying to Rhea, and then Richard is like, Cyclone's like the worst person I've ever met. Like, oh, I hate him. I'm leaving the space. I just don't like it that people are being toxic. But he won't say that shit about Taxi. He won't say that shit about like fucking anyone else. He just says it about Cyclone, who like revealed that, you know, he was full of shit. And then Cyclone and Rhea are like still hanging out. Rhea and Richard are still hanging out. Richard recently leaked to like a whole bunch of people the whole thing where Rhea was suicide baiting, so that's how we all know that. And then people hit up Don Vader, and then Don Vader was like,
Wait. Who is suicide baiting?
Rhea is. So Rhea went around telling everyone that I was suicide baiting. This. It's like similar to the doxing thing. It's like I am actually getting doxed, and now she says she was getting doxed before I was. I wasn't suicide baiting. I've always been like, you know, like depressed and like kind of fucked. I've talked about this shit for like years. She just like plays into it like it's a big thing to do with her recently, but like I super did not ever like want to push that or try and push that or anything like that. You know, like I've been having a great time. I'm a confident swimmer. I'm having a super happy year. Like everything is lovely. Everything is fine.
Word.
And yeah, it turns out Rhea, despite going into Jstlks server and being like, I'm not a victim, this is fine, she retells the entire story like she's a completely innocent person who was never even into me. She didn't even do anything to make me think that she would like me. But no, the reality is she was totally into me. She liked me as like a strong, aggressive male. And then suddenly, like when she retells it, she was raped by me. We made fun of her rape. She's got cancer. She's getting doxed. She's getting she wants to kill herself. Blah blah blah. No, she doesn't have cancer, but she did tell me she had cancer. Real crazy, because like, you know, my auntie died of cancer, and I grew up with my cousins having like no mother, you know, because of like a terrible thing that happened. My other uncle died of cancer just like 5 years ago, and I, you know, like sat with him and shit. I myself have had like
cannot be that
cancer scares.
There's no way.
Yeah, I mean, having to aggressively lie just to have like any sort of like grounds, as well as like getting your tits out for mentally ill people in fucking Thunderdome is crazy. Dude, I wish I had like 1,000. I need like 10,000 viewers, an LSF thread about this, and a solid income fucking right now. Why don't people care, dude? Why don't people care about my fucking drama? Bullshit.
Yeah, well, I don't really care much about it either. Well, not like in a negative way, but I don't care about Rhea. Like, I don't know her. You might as well, if you replace Rhea with the word like person X, it would be like that's how I'm hearing the story.
Yeah, I guess so. You should care enough to think that she's essentially like an awful person who deserves like bad things to happen to her, though, right?
We did not receive.
It's no different to me. I don't know her. I never met her.
People are like, "Oh, I hope you guys make up," or "I hope you guys like, I'll just like wipe the slate clean and everyone will be fine," and it's like yada yada yada. People should just like never want to talk to her again. People should just want to like have like awful, evil people like what she is, like destroyed and gone. It's totally fucked.
But I don't really judge.
First,
you know?
we require.
Yeah, well, you want to put yourself on a pedestal where, like, you would do what's best for yourself and be, like, impartial to the world around you and stuff. Right? Be very blunt with the reality.
Mr. Ward,
Yeah.
if you
Wait, what does that mean? I don't know.
Well, because you say you don't care because it, like, doesn't involve you, right? That's sort of the idea.
Right. Essentially.
But don't you think,
You
like,
would
the
have
world
to
being in a
transgress
place?
against me.
Does, like, empathy not, like, help?
Yeah, but
Can you not, like, actively engage in it? And then be like, oh, actually, that does matter.
The most I'd give you is if I had the Death Note, I'd write her name in it for you.
Right. It's kind of sick. I wonder if that would be... That goes a little bit back to the doxing thing, right? Like, if you were going to dox someone because they, like, killed your dog or this or that, and then my response was like, I'd do that worse, you know? Because, like, them trying to dox me and then being like, you've bitten off more than you can chew, and then not doing anything, like, that's all they did. They fail doxed me and then threatened me and then tried to make themselves seem like cool people, like evil villains.
Said, dude, the idea of two people sexting one girl and then they're like, "Yo, we should show each other what we got." It's like, what? That sounds crazy. That's the funniest thing I've heard all day. It's like the idea that you're both getting nudes from a girl and then you guys are like, "We should, let's show. It's great." What?
Yeah. Richard
That's
doing
so
that
funny.
was fucking actually
That's so hilarious.
mentally retarded. Very weird.
And that's definitely Omega gay. but it's funny.
I see
It's
you are
like
busy for
hilarious.
summer.
Oh, what was the deal?
It
Neorak
seems quiet
or
around
Nurak revealed that he was like e-sexting her and stuff and all that. How did people like press
I
him?
can't even tell. I can't even tell if he's performative. Like he gets annoyed. He quote unquote gets annoyed about stuff like that, and there's like no reason to be annoyed by stuff like that. So
Bro,
I'm
it's
just-
actually unreal that some e-whore from Spain is actually sexting nearly half the men in Jstlks server.
What about you, Mike?
Yeah,
Mike woke. You get your share with Rhea.
No, I never DM'd her,
this-
never talked to her
Missed
before.
opportunity. Dude.
I played Valorant game with her once. We did like a 1v1 duo in Valorant because of circumstances, and that's it. That's my only interaction with her.
Cute. That's a question for Mike Woke. I keep on wanting to say Mike Cock. That's for Mike Woke. Do you think Rhea is cute?
No.
No, you don't. You don't have any attraction to her.
In this case, I'd rather be gay.
Yeah, but okay. To be fair, you are. This is like heavily perverted by like her knowing all this. Like I'm just saying, based on how she looks, her appearance.
She's not my type.
You're making me
What's
wonder
your type?
about
She's
being
brunette.
annoyed about
I want
Michaela
blondie.
Pedersen.
Give me more blonde.
What is she?
Rhea's a brunette, right?
Yeah.
She's a brunette. I'm more of a blonde.
Really? So that's enough for you to be like, I would rather be gay. I can't.
Well, she's
deal with
fat
it.
as
Yeah,
well.
right.
No,
That is fucking-
being gay is just exaggeration. Of course, I
Right.
can settle with a brunette.
Oh, okay, but not her.
Yeah,
Okay.
not her.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
But,
if she DMs you
yeah.
her lewd, would you respond?
Me? No, I wouldn't. But I'm saying that
Will
like
you,
Mike
Chris?
would. What if? Yeah, he would. But
Well,
he will.
I've had a problem multiple. Essentially, every time that she has gone from privately talking to me to then publicly lying and attacking me, it's because she has sent me lewds, and I have been like, "You need to stop doing that."
That's odd.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to resist.
My
I mean,
my
really,
very
I would
last
be able to
message to
resist,
her
but I-
was like her being like, "Hey, do you want these photos?" And I was like, "No, thank you." Or I was like, "No, but thank you." No, but like, thanks for the offer. Like, that's sweet. But like, we were talking about like how I need her to stop talking to me every day, and I'd been saying
Yeah.
that to her for like a week or two, and then the final thing that like broke her was me turning down photos.
Dude,
Dude,
you should've left that
she's literally e-stalking you. Are you aware of that?
What makes you say that?
She
Just
says
Mike
that she
Wolf
want to talk to you every
her.
day.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we weren't talking at
Yeah,
all.
that's
when
like
she put
borderline
out to
e-stalking.
she yeah, I mean, yes, she was e-stalking me, dude. Like, I messaged Justicles to be like, hey, like, are you gonna ban her again? Like, it's kind of fucked up that she's here. And she was just coming to every time I entered a VC in Justicles server, she would just join in and just like hang out with like and follow me around. And
Wait, how old is Mike Woke?
I'm 26.
Oh, dude, I'm 26.
Let's go. 1999?
88. 98, I mean. 98. But are you, you said you're from Jstalk, right? You're a Jstalker?
Yeah, I'm a J-stalker.
That's cool. That's pretty cool. So,
Yeah, I
have you ever
met Chris
dated
in
a girl online?
J-stalk server. No, I don't
Yeah.
date. I don't e-date.
Why not?
You can't get the puss do that way.
Do you have a real life girlfriend right now?
No, I'm actually very gay right now.
You're really gay?
Yeah, I switch between gay and hetero.
Oh, okay, that's cool. So you're bi.
I'm not bi. I just choose to be gay when I'm straight. When I'm single, and I choose to be hetero when I'm taking.
oh yeah, your offer girl was like gay massages and like gay like
Oh
you try
yeah,
on your underwear.
I go to
You
gay
wanna
party.
just, like, yeah.
Yeah,
You ever
I go to
use-
gay
have you-
party.
Do you use Tinder?
You're like sucking a guy's dick,
No,
and then you're like,
hell
hey,
no.
hey girl,
Tinder's
like get
for
over here and
losers.
suck this dick with me, and then you and then you fuck her.
Yeah.
You don't use
I
it.
show
You
women
use
a
that in
flaccid
dating?
dick.
What about like Bumble or Hinge? Hinge is pretty popular.
I don't use dating site.
How do you meet women?
Sneakily
Just like
suck on
I mean,
a
woman,
dick so that you can get a woman to come and sleep with you. Hey,
I
babe.
mean women at school.
Get
in
over
high
here.
school.
Doesn't this dick
Just
look
kidding.
delicious? Wouldn't you like to suck a dick? That's you totally straight, sucking off some dude to get laid. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah.
What do you think
What do
about
you
that, Chris?
like
He said he
about,
meets high school girls.
I'm not going to comment on it. Why do
Yeah,
you like
just
Just
kidding,
Cool
I'm just
server,
kidding.
Mike W? What do you like about Just Cool?
Yeah, you watch.
He's anti-Semitic.
He's not. I think he'd be pissed off if you said that.
I'm aware he's not anti-Semitic.
Okay. It's a very pointed tease.
Oh yeah, I like he's pro Hassan, and we're like Hassan over it right now.
He's pro Hassan. That's why you like him. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's pro Hassan.
God,
I'm
that's
pro Hassan. I'm
good.
pro China.
You're pro
I'm pro
Chinese.
Russia.
Are you
These are
Chinese?
all exactly the things that
Yeah, I'm
hate to
Chinese.
hear.
Wait, are you Chinese? Are you ethnically
Yes, I'm
Chinese?
Asian Chinese. I'm Asian. Technically, so Chinese doesn't matter with ethnicity. Hassan's Asian. I'm just.
That's so
technically Chinese
interesting.
now.
I feel like I could hear that in your voice. You sound Chinese.
Really? I'm told I sound Hispanic.
Oh, you could. You could. You sound like you could definitely pass for someone like a South American person who learned English. You could definitely pass.
What if I told you I'm from New Zealand?
If you told me you're from New Zealand, I'd be like, this guy's a liar. I don't believe him. And then I'd say you have a voice changer.
Yeah, I used to be Kiwi.
Oh, but that's very Chinese of you, actually. Aren't there a lot of Chinese in New Zealand?
Yeah, a lot of Pacific Asian people.
That's
Something
cool.
about New Zealand.
What's the capital of New Zealand?
No, not like that. I just want, because I'm from New Zealand, I know how a New Zealander would answer these questions, right? You could be like, oh, New Zealand has a lot of sheep, and I'll be like, well, that's not what a New Zealander would say. That's what anyone would say, right? So, but now I've spoiled it because you already fucking asked him what the capital was. Semantics, you fuck.
Yeah, so what's the
Tell me something about
capital
New
of
Zealand
China?
mic work.
New Zealand.
The capital of China is USA because there's only one country in the world. That's USA.
That's you. Now that you said you're Chinese, you sound so Chinese. That's crazy.
At least now
brain
we know
is
you can't
fucking-
lie. But you fold under pressure immediately.
That's crazy. Can you name the 3 top Asian races? What's the 3
Name
best
the top
Asian?
30 Asian races. Name 100
Yeah,
different kinds of
and then-
Chinese person right now.
Then rank the bottom 3 Asian races. Mike Woke. This is a question for you.
Samoans are the worst kind of Asian.
Some-
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Come on, Mike Woke. Mike Woke.
Someone fill me in on the rare thing. I feel like I talked about it a whole lot, and I'm confined to my own server. I feel like you guys can probably
What about
share
rare?
way more. Yeah, actually, Mike W, you earlier on baited by saying that Don Vader is a micro celebrity in Just Cool server, but you didn't follow that up with anything, right?
Do you notice he
Semantics,
baits
I need
on
you
all
not to
things he
derail
says?
from this. Semantics, I need you not to derail too much.
Let him answer.
Yeah. But he's muted up now. I'm gonna go to the toilet and come back. But we should
Alright.
Yeah.
Well, this guy's psyop in the server. He's like psyoping, yeah. All his questions
it
are
is
bait
like a
questions.
psyop.
All
Like,
his
he
statements are
brings up
he
Don
is
Vader,
he's just
says
baiting you all the
this,
time.
and then I talk about Don Vader being, a 450-pound monster, and then we get my opinion, but we don't hear anything about what Mike Woke thought.
He's just baiting. He did this last time, I noticed, and now I realize he only does this.
Motherfucker.
He's probably a psyop
wanna go,
on another server. He's definitely fucking with you.
Yeah, maybe he buys me video games sometimes. So
Oh.
I'm gonna
Well,
be right back.
carrot and stick action.
Yeah, pretty much. Motherfucker.
Mike Woke.
Mike Woke. Wokerino.
Keep on
Muting up
saying
like that.
Mike Hot.
That saying goodbye is kind of fucked up. Alright, I'll be back.
No. That was so strange. Yeah, this guy, I mean, this Mike Woke guy, I can tell, is definitely has perverse intentions. I don't trust the Chinese. I don't trust China. Actually, I trust China, but I don't trust the Chinese. That's really what it comes down to. Like I'm like 30% convinced this guy in chat is sci-fi.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I couldn't talk because I was in the middle of a raid. No, I'm not psyop. I'm actually pro Crisp.
You're pro Crisp?
Yeah, dude. I met Crisp way before I met Rhea or any other.
Why are you always
freaks out
questioning
there.
fake questions?
Because I like to tease Crisp.
Okay. Well, that's great.
I bought this nigga $30 game, okay? And he didn't even play that
Okay,
game.
well, I sent him $25 for no reason. So you have $5 on me. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Not $3, $30.
Yeah, I sent him a $25. Yeah, now what?
You could be his whale. I'm good.
So wait, you said you don't use dating apps. How do you meet women?
Through my imaginations.
This is not a gotcha question. I'm not here to fucking, demean you, or I'm genuinely just
At work,
bored.
at party, at social
Party?
meetups, at the bar.
That's cool. You go to bars? You drink?
No, I don't drink, but, if I want to meet someone, yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess if you go out, if you're that social, when you're going to parties and bars, then yeah, I guess it makes sense. See, but if you don't do that, wait, you don't like dating apps?
Yeah.
I don't get the hate for dating apps. I genuinely don't. I don't really.
I don't hate it, I just don't use it.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people that fucking. Even you said, you made a joke that dating apps are cringe, or you said something about them when I brought it up. So even you're part of the hate train.
I guess you could say that.
But I feel like isn't it like 80% of people meet their partner on dating apps? So it's like it makes perfect sense.
I don't know the context for that data, but I will believe it. Yeah, sure.
No, it's just like for the context of that data, it's just like a poll. Like they ask young people, like, where do you meet your partner? And it's like, well, I met him on a dating app.
Are they asking Gen Z, Gen X, or Gen Y?
Yeah, it was like, well, I'm
Based on
pretty sure
generation, it varies.
it was probably the younger generations, but yeah.
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Alright. Did Mike Work come back? Did he bring
Yeah,
Rhea
he's
in?
talking.
Did he go get her? Like he said he would?
I don't
Mike
remember
Work,
telling you that I'm
you're
gonna
on.
bring Rhea in here.
You understand?
I
That's
said
you
invite Rhea
you
in the server.
literally said that. You
I said
100%
I would
said that.
invite her in the server when you're AFK.
You should.
Plus, I love you, Crisp.
That's good.
You better
Well,
start
actually, that's
proving
kind of suspicious. Yeah, that's a suspicious assertion. But thank you. That's my problem that I can't accept love.
Not in that way. Yeah, just platonic.
I just
way.
mean any kind of like compliments. I'm like a paranoid, fucked up person who's been screwed over by everyone
I just
who
love
I thought loved
teasing
me.
you.
You know.
I just
So
love teasing you. You know that.
That's okay. That's true. When I DM'd you the other day, because I was like, who are you again? You like fucked with me. You were like, I don't care, bro. Whatever. I was like, I'm socially awkward. Fuck. But yeah, I mean, similar to what I was saying semantics earlier, like, that you should want like bad things to happen to Rhea, or you should at least like, you know, the evidence
Wait,
and all of that is like
bad thing happened to another person.
Because like justice isn't like a good thing, you know, because she's done bad things, right?
Yeah, I
Done
think she
bad
should be
things.
raped for a crime.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, well, we were talking about doxing earlier, like those
Yeah, you should
people who
rape
want to
her.
like dox me and act like a villain. And my response
should
to them
rape
was
her.
like, just come and see me, just come and do it yourself, or like send your friends, or like do this or do that, you know. And like I also think that I would be like, they like to say like, oh my god, he shouldn't be like brought near here or any of that. And I was like, well, I'm not. I broke up with her. I haven't doxed her. I haven't sued her across the internet. I haven't, you know, it's not my obsession that's happening here, it's hers. But
And Mike Wilkes.
if these people were in front of me, I think it would be totally reasonable and understandable for me to, you know, throw them off a 2-story window and shatter their legs and hips for the rest of their lives, you know.
When you said these people, who are you? Who are you? What do you mean?
Fat
Like
people,
included.
fat people. Don, Rhea, yeah, Rick, just fat people. Obese people, dude.
What do you want?
Yeah.
I'm not you. You're an exception.
Nope. You
But
included.
yeah, honestly, like
Okay.
partly I just know that like a lot of it like fucks with them so hard, and it must be worse that they'll like never admit it. It does bother me that she gets like a lot of social support though, which like stops it from affecting her so much, or embodies like bad behavior. You know, or like enables bad behavior. Sorry, it embodies and it enables it.
Yeah, but now she can
Tell
still
you,
harm
bro.
someone else.
The men in Jstlks server is like Pokemon to her. She just collect them like that.
Well, not anymore. I think I ruined that for her.
Well, yeah, they learn her true nature now. Her charm
Yeah.
isn't working on the other half.
It's weird. It's weird. It still works on some of them, like Richard. And then she can like go to
Richard's
Thunderdome,
not
and
part
it
of the
works.
Jstlks server. Richard, he's on his own server now. Okay, he's not part of our server anymore.
Yeah, good riddance. I mean, a bunch of people said to me, "Good riddance." A bunch of people were like, "Oh, no, JK." Yeah, I got some screenshots of him leaving. But yeah, it's pretty frustrating when people will like reach out to me and be like, "Oh, like I just think that both of you should be like." You know, oh, it's like the people will be like, oh, just like don't engage and yada yada yada, and it'll be like, why would do I have anything to lose by engaging? Like, do I have any reason?
Your time.
Well, what am I? No, I don't think I'm losing time. I think time is just either here or it's not. You know.
No, it's literally only here.
Are you streaming on
Going
Kick,
that way.
Chris?
Yeah, it is only here. Yeah, I am.
We're not.
I don't know, nothing ever
interdimensional
happens.
beings.
Nothing ever happens. Yeah, I mean, I just have like evil people coming after me and fucking with me. I didn't do anything to hurt this girl. She's just gone totally out of her way to learn everything about me, invade my life, send hundreds of people to come and
That's the
fuck
way
with
it
me,
goes.
and simultaneously say that I'm doing that to her constantly. She just constantly tells me that I'm doing it back to her. Which is like, you know, I just sort of lean into it. You get what you fucking ask for.
I guess.
Yeah. I wish I could do worse. I want the Thunderdome to be like Like what's that movie game? That video game where the guy goes into the mental home and there's like a boss battle and there's all these other patients from the mental home, and it's in like a gymnasium, and all the other patients are like wrapped up in sheets and then chained and then like hung off the ceiling, and the boss like runs around like killing them all and stabbing them and torturing them and shit. I want that to be me in my own mental home that I'm fucking running.
Word.
And I feel like I deserve it. It's all I've got. It's all I've got, you know. I didn't have much, and these people just dragged me into hell.
Told you should join the
game,
looksmacking community and ascend, dude.
It's fucked up, Chris. I don't wish any of that
I don't know.
on the Thunderdome.
I'd rather be like a unique individual. Yeah.
Imagine wishing bad or good for anyone else.
Dude, I'm so happy that I've never fallen down any gay rabbit holes like that. You know, like where I ever cared about. Like, I figured out how to fuck by myself. I figured out how to work by myself. I mean, I when I was like a younger man, I had all these problems of like a boy who had no dad. You know, like I had like fatherless problems, and I like worked my way out of that situation. I like made a whole bunch of money, you know, like so there's no fucking way I don't have daddy issues. My daddy has fucking son issues.
Which she
there's no way that I'm joining a looksmacking community or any fucking community where another fucking man tells me what to do and how to live and like blah 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 blah. It's like,
dude, they're gonna tell you skincare routines,
it's just bullshit.
Workout routines, and
that just
steroid cycles.
I don't need to know any of that shit. I don't need any of that information, right? Is someone trying to sell that shit to me as if I fucking need it? As not only like telling me that I'm worse than what I really am, but they're trying to take advantage and take away what I do have. They're like, fuck that shit, bro.
Oh, it would only make you look better.
Oh!
That's the game. The game is you look better.
You're pissing me off. What are you guys bringing to me right now? Bring me Rhea's head. Bring me her head right now.
Rhea?
So you can rape her?
Oh.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna spare her your agony, your wrath.
You know, I used to be like a huge fan of Genghis Khan, right? Because he raped so much.
Jeez. Dude, that's pretty
Shellboner is saying, why is Rhea saying you doxed her? Is she really saying that, Shellboner? Show me any evidence of that actually happening. I mean, Rhea might fake evidence. Sorry, wait, I'm not asking for evidence of me doxing her. Honestly, with the way things have gone, her lying about me doxing her is, and again, I don't mean to like bait you guys into like trying to make it happen, but like, you know, she always says like, hey, let's go to war, Crispy, and then after months of saying it, I do go to war eventually and fucking own her. She implied me or Nurak doxed her. She's saying that a Jstlks doxed her. Oh, crazy. Well, I mean, I don't know. She leaked all of her personal. Look, she obviously wasn't doxed. She obviously lied to everyone that she was going off to hang out with her boyfriend. Yeah. She's starting to lie about crimes. Well, yeah, she's been taking like legal complaints against my YouTube and shit. And I do know her real name. I do know exactly where she lives. Because when we were talking last time, she just started showing it to me all. And when I first met her, she wanted to know my real name and like all of that stuff. You know, that's when she first started flirting with me. And my take on all of that is like, I don't know Dung Devil's real name. I don't know any of these people's real name. Because
my name is Jackson.
It's fucking weird. If these people do get doxed, I would just rather not even be able to be implicated, right? But like, she knows my whole docs too. Well, I think everyone knows my docs. I think she gave it, no, Cigrat got my docs wrong. Cigrat talked about like me living in Christchurch. She talked about like this and that. don't really remember if I gave Rhea my docs. I had like a small feeling that like when she was doxing herself to me, I was like hammered, and I might have been so drunk that I like was like, hey, as a show of good faith, like here's my name and stuff. But I don't actually know if that happened. Regardless, like, I don't care. Cigrat and all of those people are trying to dox me, which essentially makes them like pussy ass scum. I don't think anyone, I don't know, I mean, fuck it, like, to be fair, I just don't really care. If they dox me, who cares? If they get doxed, who cares? You know, I would do worse to them. The being doxed isn't even that scary. Like, fuckloads of DGGs probably know exactly where I live, right? And I just shit on those people all the time, and they don't do anything about it. Yeah, like, if I was friends with Ryle, and then Darius was, like, showing up to Ryle's house, I'd be like, oh, nice. Like, this is some fun escalation. If I did know where all those people lived, and I could get my hands on them and pull them down into the basement, like, I obviously would. These people are obviously, like, just the disrespect is enough to warrant, you know, them getting their ass beat. Six is different. He said he can't confirm it was a Jstlks. Just did it as a safe bet. Rhea, on the other hand, said she knows for sure it was a Jstlks who doxed her. Well, how? How did she get doxed? And was this months ago, or was this recently? Because these people have been trying to dox me, right? And then, no, shut the fuck up! Fuck up! Shut your fucking mouth, retard! Don't fucking tell me to wait when you've been sitting in here, not doing anything. Just, you're here for entertainment, trying to bait. No. I'm doing a fucking stream segment, retard! Okay? Stop. Okay? Okay? Mr. Mike Woke?
How does she know who doxed her?
Dude.
I was
You're gonna get... that. I want to kick you so bad that you're just getting muted. Okay? When you interrupt me and then I have to yell at you to shut the fuck up, and then you don't respond, to be like, oh yeah, sorry, or affirmative, or whatever, that is unacceptable behavior. Okay, you're getting put in the corner for a little bit. Fuck. Jesus Christ. Now, look, if Mike Woke had been a more competent interlocutor throughout this conversation, I might have given him a better chance to speak there. But he's been on here for a while now, baiting about Rhea, baiting about Don, and not providing any answers himself. Especially when you, Shell, and you, Cypher, come in here, you immediately start providing answers. I know that the answers are rightly to grab, and this fucking Mike Woke dude, as much as I love him, I love all my chatters, why wasn't he telling me this 30, 40 minutes ago, you know? But yeah, anyway, Cigrat and Rhea and Don and all of that have been seen in VCs hanging out while I am being doxed by Sig. Rhea has been off the internet for a while, lying about her boyfriend and yada yada yada. While she's in, like, and she's like in Jstlks server defending herself. I'm not a victim, rare. Mike seems like a plant. Yeah, whatever. Shell, you were like my original plant. I was literally just telling them about how, like, me, you, Richard, Cyclone, Dung Devil, and Full of Hell all sat in a room together, and then fucking Richard, acting like a freak, ends up trying to share lewds of Rhea and immediately goes back to lie about her. So it's fucking funny. Well, it's not funny, like, it's disgusting, like, how much of a fucking loser Richard turned out to be. I should leak those DMs. But honestly, I have a problem with, like, I DM people, and they just send that shit back to Rhea, like, straight away. Because they're like, oh, you just made it, and then they fucking make excuses. I mean, people make excuses for whatever they do. I don't think it fucking matters what I do. They're always like, oh, you leak DMs, so I'm gonna leak everything, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, fuck you, cunt. Fuck you. There's clear facts in the matter. and you shouldn't have to go give everyone a clean slate and investigate by talking to Rhea. It's probably Taxi. No, Mike Woke isn't Taxi. Mike Woke is just Mike Woke. He's always been Mike Woke. He's not using a voice changer. Anyway, is Taxi doxing? Oh, I mean, if Rhea has evidence of her getting doxed, she should... Why is she here telling us about it all? Why is she back? And, yeah, where is the evidence? And, yeah, like, I mean, if it was anyone, it could definitely be Taxi. Taxi is, like, a completely unhinged fucking loser. Oh, Taxi's the one informing everyone what I say on stream. I mean, why do you guys think that she's being informed what I say on stream? And why do you guys think her and Taxi are talking? The minute, I don't know. I honestly don't really know what goes on between her and other, like, manipulative people. Because I am so, like... Well, I'm just different to those people. Because I have, like, authenticity. I don't know what it looks like when two people who have no authenticity talk to each other. Why would she let go of her strongest soldier? Well, Taxi was apparently trying to isolate her from everyone else by, like, suicide baiting and, like, trying to manipulate her. And then, Shellboner, you know how, like, you leaked those DMs where Rhea is telling you, like, oh, Crispy's breaking down, he's suicide baiting, like, blah, 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 blah. The fact of the matter is, when I was talking to Rhea, she would tell me she wasn't sleeping at night because Taxi had blocked her. She would have, like, fake panic attacks because Taxi had blocked her, and yada, yada, yada. And I know those panic attacks were fake because, for one, they were, like, very put on. Like, they were, like, intentionally, like, timed and, like, planned to be, like, done in front of me. And she didn't start doing them, but when she first started calling me up, I had other shit going on in my real life. I was very stressed out because of the internet stuff as well. I was, like, dealing with, I don't know, but basically, and this isn't, like, unusual, I've had panic attacks in the past. I might have had them when I was younger and not realized, but, like, especially after I had, like, a few near-death experiences, my body started, like, involuntarily, like, you know, your vision, like, caves in, blah, 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 blah. When I was, like, drinking, and then I'm, like, hanging out in VCs, and then Rhea would just come in, it would, like, my heart would start racing. I'd be like, what the fuck? When I was, like, you know, talking to Kingler, and then Rhea starts aggressively messaging us, like, a bunch of messages. Oh, I have to get in there, like, hurry up, I have to go out later, let me in, and then Rhea, and then when she comes in, it's just like a whole different personality. I think the juxtaposition of her being so insane, and then when she's, like, in front of people, she's just, like, really chill, would just, my brain would, I would have, like, a panic attack. And, later on, like, a week later, I told her that that's what was happening. I was like, you know, like, when I left those calls and that, it was because I, like, was like short, like I was like my body was like rejecting this whole fucking, like it was just so fucked, right? When I explained that to her, even though she had seen it happen, she didn't have the empathy or the experience or anything to really realize it happened. When I explained to her what happened, she immediately started saying, like, oh, that's what's happening to me too. I'm like that. I'm the perfect victim. Actually, Taxi, I love Taxi, and him blocking me is giving me this and that. Now, but, like, this is why I say, like, I don't know what's going on with her and Taxi. Like, she said she wanted to ignore him, but then he started, like, following her around, so, like, I don't know. Like, it's all just very gay. So who knows if I like talking or not. He is, like, worthless. Like, there is nothing that he can actually give her of value. But equally, like, he is super manipulative. Like, he will constantly pay attention to her, he'll download all her photos and edit them and constantly make jokes that he probably just, like, steals off other forums and feed it all back to her and yada 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 yada. Yeah, I mean, you guys can feed me your schizo theories and I'll just, like, you know, intuitively, like, throw that shit back at you, Six Pest. This music's pretty good for it, right? Semantic, you're baiting when you're like, it's definitely a Taxi.
Yeah, I am baiting, but I think everyone in the chat and everyone in this DC except you and me is retarded.
Thank you for naming me as one of the not retarded.
But you're getting baited by retards.
At this point, she's not. Maybe I'm baiting them.
Maybe. That's true. They're also getting baited by you, so it's reciprocated. Anyone who wants to waste their time talking about this with you, dude, you're wasting their time back. It's evening out. And it's tenfold, because there's like 10 people watching. You're fucking killing it.
Fuck up. Dude, I used to be able to pull like 50 people, and it was just because I had Rhea supporting me and, you know, advocating for me. I had Jstlks and other people being like, hey, he's like doing it with the coding. I'm done with the coding. Rhea betrayed me. The coding didn't pay off. It hasn't paid off yet. I'm still trying to like do things. I just don't really know what to do next. Jacob Schizo guesses Nurak. I mean, Nurak is very weird. I don't know what you guys did to make Nurak eventually confess to sexting her. Nurak sends me a lot of DMs and has sent me a lot of DMs, and a lot of it was aggressive cope. Like, he wanted to have me validate him as someone who I would be like, oh, you're right, like, I look up to this or I do that. But I was like, nigga, like, don't fucking sit here giving me advice when you've been sending this bitch 200,000 messages and now you're getting crashed out in chat. Also, the bullying towards Nurak, it didn't seem like something he should be melting down about. I don't know. And to be honest, I don't even know how people even got like a little hint, like a whiff, that Nurak was fucking with Rhea. Because I thought people would have told me. Like, there were so many fucking people who turned out to be sexting her and, you know, taking advantage of that whore's e-pussy, but like, no one ever like explained to me why they thought Nurak was one of those people. Nurak has just told me like a few weeks ago, like, I think you guys told me that something happened between him and her, so I DM'd him like, hey, like, are you gonna denounce her, or like, because, you know, blah blah blah. And I just sent my condolences. I was like, obviously, if Nurak said to me like, she's just playing mind games with me, and I was like, yeah, no one really deserves to be like, you know, no one really just like randomly deserves to be fucked with or like have mind games. So he has motive to dox her, and he does seem like kind of petty in that way that I think that other people who do doxing are. You know, like, I've shit on Cigrat and that. I mean, this is like a good example to shit on all the moderators in Thunderdome, because, you know, despite Rhea stalking and sending me thousands of messages and constantly moving between 5 or 6 different servers, as well as messaging Destiny and a bunch of other people to draw attention to me and fuck with me, you know, she lied to all of you guys. Like, she disrespected all of her friendships, all of that shit, to stalk me. As well as, when it was all private, she asked me my real name, she encouraged me to come out with her, and she invited me to be flown out. When I said I wanted to go to America, she said she would follow me to America to hang out with me, and that she had family there who we could like hang out with. You know, so this girl did a lot of shit to find out everything she could about me, and then invade my life, and then fuck with me. So I have every motive to like fuck with that woman. But Nurak himself equally like says the same sort of shit. And like, despite all that, like, the moderators from the Thunderdome are like, well, like, if he wants to complain about being doxed, like, he gets what he gets. Like, he should just let it go and move on with his life. For one thing, they're obsessed with her. Rick has been following her around for years. Fucking, who gives a fuck, dude? Also, like, my take has always just been, you're a loser for fail doxing me. Acting like a huge, intimidating fucking loser when you do it. Stressing her out, like, she immediately started suicide baiting right afterwards, which they then leaked. Not only did they not help her out with her apparent suicide feelings, they just gossiped about it and leaked it to everyone else, while revealing that they were still talking to her, meaning like she was just lying about her boyfriend. Like, which then, like, maybe she is getting doxed, maybe she's being raped every day, but no one should believe it, because like, why would we believe someone like that? It's really the boy who cried wolf. Rhea doxed you? Yeah, so Ria has like leaked like a bunch of shit about me to like a bunch of people. Tried to like invade like my private personal life and my personal stories. Like basically, I mean, you guys can go look at it as well. And she's like clearly stated that's what she wants to do. And yeah, the Thunderdome people have been in my chat like the past like few weeks, like speculating on like where I live in my city and like being at my grandma's house. And my grandma's dead. I don't have younger sisters who I raped. I don't live in Christchurch. I live in Nelson. You know, it all just is what it is. But like the fact that they got the wrong information shows that they were trying to get information and failed, right? Which is like pretty crazy. On top of that, like what's this that we're looking at? Oh yeah, here we have like another thing as well, like Don Vader like lying. I was going to pump out. Don was saying that I called him a pedophile the other day in some like VOD that I got taken down. Now I took that VOD down because I dropped a hard R in it. But I have it downloaded, so I went and rewatched it, and Don's not even mentioned in the video, but I do shit on Rhea terribly. Like I fucking own her. But yeah, this guy, Stancil Waffle, this is like a guy from a different server, and these are the people who Don knows from stalking. Don likes to stalk Cigrat and Christian and all those other dudes who like shit their pants on stream every fucking day, right? Don is like a huge fan of farming lolcows. That's why he, you know, runs Thunderdome, which is a lolcow farming server. And also why, you know, you can tell that Don is a 450-pound freak who engages in behavior that even children know is terrible. She's kind of ugly. Wait, what? Dude, it is funny, yeah, a lot of people do just talk about how ugly Rhea is. But anyway, these people here are like Don's friends from those super weird servers, these A-logging servers, but they're like, they're not really friends. All these people joined my server right when Cigrat went to dox me, and then you can see in their server, Cigrat and Don joining the server and being like, oh, you're a fucking... Well, Cigrat switches it up to be like, at first he's like telling me... Sorry, is this boring? You guys probably already know, right? But at first Cigrat's like super aggressive at me, and then oh yeah, look, here's one that I got on my YouTube video. Wait, did someone mention the exceptional detective a second ago? He said Jacob and Zoe posted the Rhea sexting tier list, and Nurek wasn't on it, and he decided to leak it since he thought they learned from Rhea that it was serious. What does that mean? On it, and he decided to leak it since he thought they learned from Rhea that it was serious. Okay, so he went to talk to them because Nurek was on the tier list, and then he assumed that it was like worse than it really was, or that she'd leaked more than she really had. I mean, she's deeply ashamed of her own sexuality. Is like something we shouldn't forget. Like when she hangs out with fucking weird gooners, and when she is like engaging in the cycle of making an idiot of herself and then making porn in order to rebuild her ego, she's like deeply ashamed of this behavior. It's super, super pathetic and heartbreaking. Like, I mean, like it draws pity from the soul. My God. I mean, I'm not a victim. And then she's like, I'm not a victim, but also I'm the perfect victim. These strong and powerful men came and attacked me. They're actually obsessed with me. And yeah, like, I mean, obviously I'm not denying it, but I'm not as obsessed with her as she is with me. Which is crazy. It's a bold claim, but I'm sticking with it. It is crazy how many people are revealing that they just think Rhea is ugly. It makes me feel like an idiot, because Moon Tyrant used to come in and be like, just another ugly Spanish girl. I got 30 people banned from the Dome for being associated with me and Jstlks. Oh my God, you're a legend. That's really good to hear, Shell. Did you see? I mean, obviously you guys would have seen me and Spinboy's conversation, which was like super gay and annoying. But yeah, it was funny. Like Spinboy, Rick, in order to own me, leaked the pizza thing, and then leaked, or he like countered by like showing this artwork that he did for our D&D thing. And it is, and I don't know why Spinboy. Well, I do know. Like Spinboy is like just trying to provoke and sweep for Rick. I don't care if he's like making fun of Rick or whatever. It's just like, Spinboy, like, this is like your friend. This is like some retard who is like the most pathetic dude who lies to you all the time and you seem to believe it. And even when I was like good with Rick, I would talk to Spinboy about Rick and his like mental illness, and Spinboy would be like, what? And I was like, bro. Yeah. It makes me think that like Spinboy isn't what he says he is. Like, Rick is like, barely able to do basic mathematics. And I've obviously been talking to Spinboy about my coding and stuff, but Spinboy hasn't really engaged with me on even like intermediate level things. Like, I was asking him what modulos are. And a modulo is pretty easy. A modulo is like, when you have a number and you divide that number by 10 or 100 or 1,000, it gives you, say you have 1001 and you divide it by 100, it turns into 1.001, right? What that can do is then give you like, a modulo is whatever the remainder is that doesn't wrap to a whole number. So what's a better way to explain it? Like 13 divided by 10 is 1.3 and the modulo is the 3. 130 divided by 100 is 1.3 and the modulo is the 3 again. You know what I'm saying? But then 130 divided by 10, the modulo is 0 because it's just 13, which is a whole number. Spinboy like couldn't engage with me on that, you know? And then in his leaks to like Rick, it was like Spinboy was like, if you get me to help you out with math, like if you talk to Rhea and you like do this bullshit, like I can't believe like blah blah blah, don't ask me for help with your math. And I'm like, I know that Rick is basically unable to do like high school level mathematics, so it's like, oh, that's like who he's helping with math. And he couldn't help me with mine. Like Jstlks stepped in and helped me with mine. Which is like, Jstlks didn't even get like a career in that before he blew up streaming, so like, you know, it makes you wonder. And then Spinboy sweeping for Rick sent me a picture of some artwork that Rick was having paid done for our D&D campaign. And now Spinboy was like, because I was like, where's my fucking artwork? You know, I meme, like, you know, like what these people do to me is like as mean as they can think it is, and like they're just like horrible cunts, right? They're aggressively lying and making up shit about my personal life, and they encourage people to dox me, they encourage me to be like group harassed and like endlessly tormented. Like Rick is just one of those people, right? In order to defend himself and make me look like an idiot in front of his friends to make himself look cool, Rick is then like, well, like, here's the artwork. But Rick just links, and then Spinboy sweeps for Rick by showing me this artwork, which is not finished. The implication being that Rick was too broke to pay the artist. On top of that, he probably knew he was too broke, got the artist to put quite a bit of work into making the draft, and then didn't pay the artist, keeping the draft for himself. And Spinboy, being a massive retard, is like, fails to have the reading comprehension to understand what I'm saying, and is like, well, like, here's the picture, and I'm like, yeah, but it's half done. And then Spinboy's like, yeah, but Rick didn't draw it. And I'm like, I just told you that he obviously couldn't pay for it. Why do you think I think he drew it? You know? Not only that, but like I said, I have all of my DMs from Rick saying, Rick and Don were both saying that I was like saying the N-word in their server a whole bunch. I have many emails of them begging me to come back, apologizing for their bullshit and all of this stuff. So like, if I cared enough, I could doxxRia and I could show that like, you know, those dudes are obviously lying because they were begging for me to come back. But yeah, ultimately, I don't care, and I just think that is like kind of loser behavior. I think that fucking with these people and calling them out on it is like still not like that bad of a thing to do. But that's fine. Well, Spinboy's a little bit all over the place, King Ghidra, so thanks for hanging out anyway, Semantics. But yeah, it was pretty funny. I don't think any of you were there for it, but Rick and Don talked me into coming to Gossip About Rhea back in, I don't know, like 4 months ago, before the Rhea Festo came out, and they knew that I wasn't going to talk about it, and I can show that in DMs. But FMJ was there, and he got annoyed about me saying the soft A about a week earlier. I had said the soft A, but what had happened was that I was posting like New Zealand culture, and he was like, "You can't post that," and I was like, "Get the fuck out of here, nigga." And then he got really aggro about it. Apparently he was abandoning his children in order to yell at strangers about how they can't say the soft A. Now, Rick and Don just obviously run like a loser lolcow server. So they, dude, I mean, and so they let FMJ like run rampant. After like quite a while of being like screamed at and yada yada yada, I did like a fake apology for saying the soft A. Plus, I revealed in Thunderdome in a VC for the first time. I don't know if I revealed it, but I was like, yeah, me and Rhea were dating. Like, fuck. Rick immediately after that, I don't know exactly how much Rick had to do with it, but people started camming up and then reporting all of my social media. And I'm like, oh, hey, Rick, can you like put a stop to that? And he didn't. But like it didn't pick up for like another 15, 20 minutes. But 15, 20 minutes later, they're all reporting all my shit again. So I'm like, hey, Rick, can you like put a stop to that? He loses his mind, starts screaming at me about like, you can't bully us into doing this. He got so angry because he found out me and Rhea had some kind of relationship, you know, which led to me revealing to everyone that he'd been sending her like DMs for years at this point, or like over a year. Like over a year, he's been sending her paragraphs. She would complain to me about it, but then obviously she's like back hanging out with him. And then Rick went to Kelly's server to fucking say that I was like raping my sisters. So it's like, while in my DMs, being like, oh, hey bro, I know we had beef. And it's like, dude, even that's like a fucking delusion. We didn't have fucking beef. He was like, in VCs, he would be like, you sided with Rhea. And I'm like, I didn't side with Rhea, bro. I talked to you as a friend about you having like an obvious mental illness where you fucking get upset and then stalk e-girls constantly becoming emotionally invested in every single e-girl. And Spinboy's like, what? But Rick like farms these women because he thinks they're always like, dude, Rick literally gets brought to tears every time an e-girl gets a boyfriend. Gets a fake e-boyfriend. Rick told me he was flying out to New Zealand to fuck Steve. He told me he was flying out to Australia to fuck Watts. He would tell me that like all the time. He would just, it would be like a little brother, you know. Rick would be, like look up to me or some shit because I'm just some fucking retard who sits in VCs and tells people to shut the fuck up. And often people do, like Disclaimer or fucking Take And or whoever, they need to be told to shut the fuck up pretty often. Your feminism's gay, you looking up AI shit is super gay. No one cares, no one believes you. Rick never even DM her. Did Rick and Steve not talk? I don't know. I was drunk one night and I mentioned it and then I regretted mentioning it. Because I thought it was funny that like Rick and Steve were... It definitely makes me think less of Steve that Rick would say that shit. Yeah, well, I'm like, how does Steve let him even think that? But then again, like, him, like, literally a week or two earlier, talking about, like, flying out to New Zealand. But, like, I know that Rick is in Jstlks, so, like, Steve and Amumu were like aggressively flirting and telling in jokes in front of everyone, which is like super gay in itself. I mean, Steve was like incredibly toxic throughout this whole Rhea thing. I mean, Steve like undeniably was like one of the people who was like lying and propagating to Rhea that I was going to dox her and like all this bullshit. So I didn't see the DMs between Rick and Peach, but I would believe it because he, again, when I talk about Rick getting upset about girls, Rick would, 2 times, Rick has cried, like, sobbing to me about Peach being mean to him. The reason I found out about him and Rhea wasn't because Rhea told me, it was because Rick was following her into my server, and then when she would just leave, so she'd get so uncomfortable, she would leave, and, you know, I was a good friend and not like, you know, I'm not like jealous, I'm not crazy, I'm not like over fucking bearing on her, especially like when we had a good thing going on. So she would just leave, which is unusual, but I wouldn't think anything of it because she's allowed to go fucking do whatever she wants. But then when she left, Rick would be like, do you think she left because of me? Where? And we would like comfort Rick. And I would also be like, this is like bizarre. Like, no, dude, like obviously not. Like you're all good, bro. You know, he was like a fucking emotionally exploitative friend. So he would get all this comfort from all of us. And then I just later on find out that he knows that he has been stalking her and making her uncomfortable and following her around and trying to get her to join his server and begging her in the DMs and blah 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 blah. He knows that he's doing all that, and yet he follows her around, and then when she leaves, he asks everyone else to emotionally validate him to build his little ego back up. Outrageous, right? Outrageous. I'm actually Maori show, by the way. So. And equally, like, I don't care who says the soft A, you know? Freedom of speech, motherfucker. Sure, like, being, like, socially acceptable is fine, but, like, you can't literally just, like, oh, fucking, that shit against me. He blocked Chris because he's still talking to Rhea. Are you talking about Spinboy there? Or are you talking about... Sorry, when I read that first, I thought you were saying that Spinboy blocked Rick, but then I just obviously didn't read my name. It's because she posts... Sorry, hold on. I got a lot of... For some reason, Spinboy is okay with Rick hanging out with Rhea, but not you. Well, Spinboy... No, well, Spinboy will, like, make fun of her for it. But yeah, I don't know. Spinboy, like, totally sold out, basically. What? Spinboy got Rick $1,200 worth of games? That makes sense. As to, like, Spinboy would literally be to me, like, I mean, in my server, you can see Spinboy and Rick messaging each other, and Spinboy being like, Rick, you need to go back to how you used to be. So Spinboy directly told Rick how to act, and it just seems like Rick immediately just started pretending to act that way to him. And then when I would, like, correct Spinboy on how Rick was, he would be like, what? Are we talking about the same person? Was literally the words out Spinboy's mouth. But I mean, hey, like, yeah, like I said, Spinboy seemed to have sold out completely. It's not surprising that people are the way they appear, and Spinboy does appear to be, like, an asexual, like, pencil-necked loser, unfortunately. You know, like, all of my problems became about Spinboy, which I just had to repeatedly be like, you need to fuck off, dude. But yeah, it just seems like Rick just totally, like, portrays himself as something that he's not in order to get Spinboy's attention, and Spinboy, you know, desperately wants a friend, so he spent thousands of dollars on Rick, is the rumor going on right there. It's pretty weird. That's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. Spinboy could have, you know... I don't know. I'm kind of jealous. Nah, I mean, I'm openly, like, pretty disappointed that, you know, I mean, me and Spinboy never really like hung out as like friends or anything. I just, and you know, I was trying to find people to be closer to. He rejoined the Dome immediately after we got banned. The implication there is that, like, yeah, Rick was... When Rick was, like, joking to Spinboy, like, oh, I'm gonna message Rhea right now, he probably was, right? Also, I blocked Spinboy Shell. Spinboy but didn't block me. If I try to bring Spinboy or Adam or whatever, every single time he has consistently like reached out to me. And you can see in our last interactions, he's calling me, he's trying to add me as a friend, you know, like he's reaching out to me. He has you blocked now? Well, that's probably, you know, after I publicly posted it. After I'm like... Dude, I mean, you can see in my DMs, I'm like, Spinboy, like, I'm just desperately trying to reach out to you as a person to, like, be heard. Because, like, that's just a standard I have for myself. And I'm, like, saying goodbye, like, hello, goodbye, like, this can't all be about you, like, over and over and over. But yeah, Spinboy... Also in like me and Spinboy's DMs, he talks about like shitting on Rick. He's like, I'm like, okay, sweet for your friend, and he's like, I'm shitting on Rick too, and I'm like, it's not the point, bro. It is blatantly difficult. No, but yeah, you are right as well, Shell. I think you are actually like totally correct, Shell. Yeah, you're both correct. Like, each is just more like superficial, which isn't bad. It's just like he's like looking at what he can see and growing from that, whereas like Shell is like pretty much more like on clue with actually what's going on inside these retards' heads. Super disappointing. These dudes were both meant to be like friends of mine. Spinboy essentially just like folded because he just had no game plan. I mean, dude, the fucking DMs where Spinboy's like, you were an alcoholic and like because of Rhea, and it's like, no, dude, like you know that she came along like after I was drinking. You know that like, I mean, he doesn't know now. Spinboy to this day was still implying that I'm still drinking when I haven't drank or bought any alcohol in like over a month. That shit just lasted like a week or two. So it's not like I had a problem quitting, or it's not like I spent all my money. He just started like making up shit like that. He wasn't even really there for me for it. You know, like he wasn't there to even witness a problem. So like as if I am, as an adult, like, oh, Crispy, just don't drink and like you will then have all of your life problems filled. It's like, wow. Man, is that the answer to like fixing the world? Would that stop war? If we stopped everyone, if we made alcohol illegal for everyone, like Spinboy thinks we should do for Crispy, like maybe that would stop all of the world's problems. I don't know, Spinner. God, like it's just, I'm just so disappointed in this person, you know? Like what a pitiable, wretched soul. But yeah, like it was sad that was like just a lie that he had to like even tell himself to make himself feel like he had something worth saying. It was weird, dude. I seen the call, only reason you don't like... I don't even know what you're saying, King Ghidra. These Thunderdome people seem highly autistic. Yeah. When nothing is real, I don't really see what the It's like super pathetic. It's like when you watch like a little kid like playing make believe, it's like they're copying like their parents' like marriage like breaking up, and they're like, let's play house. Oh, you're a fucking loser. You don't pay the bills. These people are like that. They like Ria's like that too. Like she just lies about everything to make herself a huge victim while being like publicly like, I'm Sabrina Carpenter. I have my tits out, and all the boys in the dome are like, hey, I get it. You know, she calls me up and she puts on little short shorts and see-through t-shirts. And I'm like, Jesus, I'm gonna go have a wank. But they're like, no, I'm not wanking. I wouldn't disrespect you like that. And it's like, brother, you're just hanging out with an e-whore disrespecting herself. Feel free to go have a wank, boys. Where your head. And then, you know, these dudes, they just engage in, I mean, when you watch children playing those games, not you, Mike. Stop. I unmuted you, but you're interrupting me again.
My apologies.
When you see children playing these games, they don't seem to make sense, right? And that's just what it's like. Like, I think we've all seen Don lie repeatedly, and we've seen Rick like lie repeatedly, and Rhea lie repeatedly, and even like call themselves out and make it up, and then at points they get panicked and pathetic and sad. Which is weird because like nothing means anything. Like they're not really reaching out for friendships. They're betraying the people around them by like not being honest or open. So like, why get panicked? Why get upset? Why get sad? Like it's super funny to think about them sitting in a group watching me and all like bouncing off each other, lying to each other openly, and reasserting like, yeah, this is what happened. This is what happened. Oh, this is what's happening now. Like doing it on the fly. If you, Gadra and Shell, if I don't know if you guys are talking to me or if you're talking to each other, I assume you're like talking to each other. But neither of you are like being coherent enough, and it's very impossible to do it. Like, if you guys want to come on my stream, I guess, and talk to each other, I'll let you do it. But you know, I just think it's like gonna be like Gadra just seems to be being antagonistic. Which is like pretty try-hard behavior, like, because it's like you're trying to press someone in a side chat of a Twitch stream. Like, what are you gonna do? Type a fucking paragraph that no one's gonna read and it's gonna scroll off the screen in a second? Like, well, because you want to like intentionally misunderstand Shell. Like, I don't think you're really trying to understand. Like, I don't think it's gonna happen. And like if you're gonna, why would you ever defend Cigrat or Don or like any of those people? Right? Like, these are people who are Rhea's sloppy seconds after anyone who thought she had integrity threw her away, and now these dudes are so desperate for a crumb of e-pussy or validation, they are from a-logging, doxing, like, loser servers, right? These are, like, the scum of the earth who do everything they can to find people to push down to make look lower than themselves. Right? And I mean, yeah, Gadra, like, your energy is weird, right? Like, I feel like I've seen that shit before, but... Now you're just calling her a hoe. Like with the part where I'm reading up to, it's like 10 minutes ago, but like, Shell is just repeating back to you, like, how incoherent you're being, and then you just call her a whore. Like, hello? She doesn't have to leak her own phone number to prove it, you know? She just shows the intent of, like, someone doing it. I saw your DMs, you spammed the M-word. Yeah, I mean, so... After the fact, if I'm spamming the M-word privately to Spinboy because they say that's not allowed in their server, and then he posts it all in their server anyway, one, he's getting psyoped to the point where, like, why don't they just report all that shit? Like, you know, who gives a fuck? It's funny. Apparently he's terrified of it, which we all know isn't true. You know, he's propagating this bullshit that it happened, like, back in the day. The idea was that I spammed the M-word in Thunderdome before the Rhea Festo came out, so they had to ban me for it. But the reality is that we just have many, many DMs of them like desperately begging me to come back so that they can give me the protected role, which is like, this is someone we make fun of, so this and that. But like realistically, I mean, I've gone over this before, Shell, that they allow the M-word and they say it all the time in VCs. I mean, they literally argue about why it's okay to say it in the Gen chat. The leaks where, like, these people just will randomly be talking about me for months now. And one of the leaks where they're, like, randomly adding my old banned account, it's just got Dom being, like, to someone else, like, oh, you're afraid of the M-word. And it's like, well, no, you're just, like, not funny or, like, relevant or, like, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Cigrat, the fact that she just like gave you a little bit of criticism and now you're like, it just makes you look like a panicked retard. Like, get owned, little girl. But yeah, Rhea should come into this call right now and hang out one-on-one. Come talk to me. Pussy. It's crazy that she, begged me to come back to the Thunderdome, and then they all pretended like I was following her there, and then, they all sit there watching my stream. That's crazy, chat. That's fucking crazy. I mean, not to mention, like, fucking commenting on my YouTube videos, sneaking on in here to read it all. I see it. I see that fucking everything I post immediately gets 20 people reading it, and then that grows up to like 100 people. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if I should be platforming this conversation on my stream. God, Gaedra, you're such a retard, bro. Oh, is that not like a timeout? I'm just gonna derail that conversation by giving that guy 5 minutes off. And, yeah, I don't know. Hey, I'm sorry you guys are so, like, insecure and fucked up. To the Thunderdome. Like, yeah, sorry you're so, like, you're just fucking losers, right? You're just retards, bro. We keep you in society as the resident retard.
Dude, whatever you want to say, I don't care. You're just a retard. You're like the neighborhood retard we allow in here to just be a retard. So
yeah, I heard that you bent on over, and that you're probably up pretty big, Shell, by how retarded these people act. Me too. Like, yeah, I don't know. The idea that, like, I don't have that I need Rhea for, like, sexual gratification or some shit is, like, hilariously pathetic in the sense that she still is, like, holding on to this idea that, like, you know, in my recent DMs, like, she's like, I'm dying of cancer, and then I'm like, hey, like, I love you, and you're gonna be fine, and if you go, like, someone who I have a soft spot of love in my heart for will die, and she just takes that as, like, he's in love with me, this fucking loser, and it's like, bro, what's wrong with you? Like, you're pathetic. And, Donna's the same. I've received, like, you know, I've seen it happen myself. If Rhea dies, I'll live forever, Shell. I'm gonna live out of spite just to avoid her, and I don't know, the afterlife's not even fucking real. You know, Rhea literally validates all of her, like, lying and bad behavior because she thinks that magic is real. She thinks that she's like a Spanish witch who's, like, detached from reality, like, I'm Sabrina Carpenter, I'm Ariana Grande, I'm in a Nickelodeon film because I'm like a fat high school girl. They don't like me because I speak English. People don't like you because you're just an insincere cunt. Like, I can replace my heart. Look, let's not get philosophical, Shell. As far as I'm aware, I'll never see myself die, so it is what it is. Yeah, you guys should send me some money. Thanks for still being a sub, Shell. That's kind of based of you. Oh yeah. It's real crazy watching Don get called out. and then beg people for like respect. It happened in the server he went into. Don is like it's so funny. They lie so hard, which then leads people into just looking up the clear evidence that I've put out. So probably to Rhea's chagrin, more and more people, because of the Thunderdome's action, end up seeing her offering to suck my dick. And they publicly have been posting that all around like little niche servers, which I have screenshots of here. On top of that, these people are mocking Don for being like a fat, pathetic loser. and I don't know if I added it in the chat, but Don's response is like, no, you have to take an L. You take the fat L. And it's like that in my Discord as well. He's like, you're what I like to call the big mad. You're mad. And it's Cigrat's like that too. Cigrat's like, you don't know who you fucked with. You're gonna regret messing with us. And it's like, brother, I told you guys to fuck off like 6 weeks ago. 6 weeks later, you're here to dox me, threaten me as if you're like a scary person, get it all wrong. 6 weeks later. And I'm like, this is probably why Rhea's back, so they can be like, look, I went and got him for you. And it's like, you're a pathetic loser, bro. And here's the results of like that happening. Now, this screenshot that I'm like leaking here is this stencil waffling guy making fun of Don, being like, wait, look, here's some very clear evidence of Rhea wanting to suck Lettuce's cock, wanting to suck him off. And you know why he's posting all this? Because Don went in there and was like, no, guys, no, she doesn't even like him. She didn't want to suck his dick. She didn't offer to be whatever he wanted, to be a completely subservient woman to him. That is in the Rhea Festo if you want to go look. Rhea is literally just in my DMs being like, I'll be whatever you want me to be. I will bend over backwards. I will arch my back for you. I'll pop that fucking pussy. She had the balls to tell me that like, oh, Crispy, your e-sexting wasn't even like that good or some shit. And it's like, bitch, we didn't even fucking get into it that bad. It was you fucking barely feeding me. It wasn't even, I can't even compare it to like her e-slut novels that she constantly reads and would send me paragraphs of. Her erotic novels that she would send me paragraphs of. Dude, if we go revisit the notes for the Rhea Festo, there's like way more entertaining shit in there. That shit. The Rhea Festo deserved a funnier follow-up. The conversation me and her had about Weed LMAO is very funny, even if it doesn't make me look good, but it's pretty validating. But, yeah, I mean, Rhea, like, clearly being like, hey, like, we should hang out in America, yeah, like, hey, like, I think I'd like to be your girlfriend, like, blah, 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 blah. Funny is it that, like, here is Rhea, like, being outrageously into me, and then immediately complaining and showing that screenshot from Rick that we're looking at right here. This is a DM, this is in her DMs, so this is just an example of her being like, hey, can you please stop talking to me, I don't want to know you. And then we just get fucking Rick rolling off screen messaging her. In April, by April, this was already like over a year old. Like a year, like, fuck, dude. And now we're at like the end of the month and he's still fucking like the end of the year, sorry. The second year of Rick aggressively chasing Rhea. Like, come on, bro. How dare you fucking have the gall to like try to point to me as like anything other than someone who is just like, despite my situation, clearly more put together than you, and also doing more with my life in the sense that like the bitches that you're chasing come to me. I reject the woman who you seek. Alright, the Dome finally stopped watching apparently. We just lost like 15 viewers. Like, I wish I'd ended stream before they left so that I could really just be like, you know, this is like super gay, I'm not really getting anything out of this. Be funny watching them cry about it. What do you guys think? When I lock in I think at first, you know, for like most of me talking, I ignore the fact that they are watching, and then for the last 10 or 15 minutes, I'm like, all right, like what would I want to say to the dome? And then I just go on a tear, right? I just start showing evidence, and then they leave. I make sure that I like attack their little fragile egos, you know, blah blah blah, and then they pathetically run away. They don't. I invite them to come in. They don't do it. You know, no one's trying to join my server. Do we chuck this out on the internet? Do we put this up on YouTube? And I don't know, while you guys are here, like the Ria Festo 2.0 was going to be like a Thunderdome thing as well, like with a lot less effort put into it. And it was a video that I've already uploaded to YouTube. Partly though, like, the only reason I went to look is because Don was saying I called him a pedophile. The Discord drama is extremely gay. Where's the censure thing? I need to go download it. Hope she hasn't deleted it. Fuck, she did delete it. Did I already download it? There's a selfie of Censure being like, Reckless Rage is gay, Crispy Lettuce is gay, this entire Discord server, gay. Oh man, I love her so much. I love her so much I make little animations of her and I like to play with them. Oh, Crispy, you're a fucking homo. I'm gonna stomp on your dick, Crispy. You're fucking gay. You're in love with boys. Did you guys see the DMs of Ria calling me a faggot? That was a funny one. It was during a moment where she is, you know, legitimately like panicking and upset and like trying to like regain control of her ego and life, and the little cycle of her like embarrassing herself and then desperately seeking sexuality and yada yada yada. I'm obviously like tied up in that, where she you know, like comes to me for like more shit. Guys, stop watching the stream. Guys, stop watching. He's leaking. Guys, stop. She doesn't want to suck his cock, guys. Guys, stop. You all have to stop looking at it. And they left, bro. They actually left. God, I'm so lonely. I'm so lonely. Honestly, saying I'm so lonely and then looking to see if I have the video of Sentry being like, you're gay, Crispy, is super fucked. Well, I mean, I had a good thing going on. There was a time where I could go live and I could start ranting and like, you know, 40, 50 people would pile in. You know, and I thought my coding was going to go somewhere and yada yada yada. And now my stream is just mainly about complaining. Funnily enough though, like, how did you guys get here today? Because like Semantics and Technomancer and most people, maybe was it Mike Woke? Did he bring you guys here? Like, how do you know? Because I just sit here and shit on them like all the time. It's what we do here. We just complain about shit. Terrible. It's terrible. Like, there's a reason why I'm not like, even retards can become Mizkif or Technone or, you know, whatever. They just pretend like they're doing something important, whereas I just get upset about shit that is obviously not important. I have integrity. I appreciate that, Syfy. I believe it too. While I'm here, I should show off my artwork. Spinboy was saying I don't know how to do artwork, but I actually put a lot of effort into this. It's funny, right? Like Hard Arnold. Wait, you're in this gift shell? I forgot that this was about you. I just always think about it like as like Spinchan, like Spinboy aggressively typing. Yo, if I get back into Jstlks server, I really want to like... I made this Why isn't it working? I made this picture, and the only person I've ever showed this is Cherry on her Twitter. But I think it's pretty funny. I can't remember whose body that is. But obviously that's Jstlks' face. Dude, did you see my messages with Baby Brat? Talking about the Thunderdome and how much they hate Jstlks server. The constant mantra of like, it's dead in there. It's dead in there. Also, while you're here, I should probably do a little bit of shill. Like, it's coming into summer. I really need to buy air conditioning, so I need to raise like $400. Did I get kicked out again? Taken for like over 6 months now. Taken was like trying to find ways to kick me out, and eventually by like lying that I was like saying I was going to rape her and like blah blah blah. She sort of, it never happened, so she could never ban me for it, but she eventually started telling people, like, oh, I was never his friend, I'm just disgusted by him. But Taken would just tell me to kill myself and mock me for being raped, and Jstlks' kick chat and his Discord, everywhere she saw me, she would lie saying that I was sending her fuckloads of DMs. It never fucking happened. Well, I don't have the AC, Mr. Woman. Yeah, and so, yeah, eventually, obviously, Taken is like the moral authority of Jstlks server, similar to the Pope. You know, like, I have sent her DMs, and they're actually, like, super reasonable. And, like, you can even, if you look back through my message logs with her, like, I'm either, like, just giving what I'm getting, or fairly often I'm like trying to be like quite reasonable. You know, so the idea that like I just need to make up with her or whatever is just something which she has like fully taken advantage of to really like debase herself in like an awful way. And yeah, kept me permanently banned from, you know, like, basically one of the only places I really even have Discord for. Because of her own, like, emotional outburst. And no real accusation, no real reading, like, no real, like, anything. It's just all, like, fake, emotional bullshit. From someone who just ultimately turned out to be, like, a total scumbag. But yeah, if you guys are ever wondering like why I'm not in Jstlks server or whatever, I've been banned for like 2 months, probably more. So these are my DMs to Taken, that she was lying and saying that I was like sending her like a whole bunch of shit. And I'm like, hey, like I am upset that you're like so upset. Like, obviously, it just like the level of like intense, like disgusting behavior from you, which people reflect that onto me. They're like, oh, my friend Taken's sad. He made her sad. Bro. I might have even been drunk when I sent her that one. The thing up above that is just like a, I think, it wasn't, she tried to get me banned, or she tried to ban me a few times. She tried to ban me for threatening Rhea physically, for like physically threatening to like kill Rhea. And I was like, I'm not even talking to Rhea. She's not even here, dude. Like, when someone's like, how do you feel about Rhea? And I'm like, I want to like push her fucking nose out the back of her head. There's no imminent threat. I'm allowed to have a fucking feeling, motherfucker. Fight the battles you can win? No, like, no. I know that everyone like hates the whole point about me and Taken, but like, for your own good, for the good of anyone who's around Taken, this person is like awful, right? Like, the way she acted towards me is fucked. The way that Taken would time out Cherry or time out other people with like awful moderation decisions is fucked, dude. Like incompetent retard who refuses to take any accountability while then projecting that onto other people and continuously fucking up because she doesn't hold herself to any higher standard, because she wants to debase women in order to portray herself like a feminist, because she wants to lie to her friends in order to defend her fucking righteous childhood trauma or whatever. Her best isn't good enough. Her best is dog shit. Awful human being. we were literally like friends, who I really like went out of my way to like, and was like continuously watching her bow down and subjugate to like loser men. And then fucking poison the well and come at me and fuck me over during all of my Rhea stuff maliciously to the utmost level. Like, actually, scum, dude. Actually, scum. It is annoying me that talking about fucking Taken is annoying me more than Rhea, to be honest. I'm actually going to say something that I regret. So, yeah, thanks for showing up, everyone, and, whatever. Don't forget to tell people about my channel and send me money and stuff.
Kevin, don't feel bad. I don't feel bad.
Dude, I would love to lose all of my money investing in weird Nigerian businesses. You have heard of limousines, but what about stretch sandals?
You and all of your friends
can wear the same pair of sandals.